Okay, so what can you do right now during COVID-19 as a buyer or seller? Well, we're really all just people. We're not really buyers or sellers. It's just our temporary function. So, what can you do if you are wanting to buy a home or still want to buy a home? So, our lenders are still working very hard. I'm in contact with them daily. So, lenders are still in the office. I personally am refining my house right now. I know the lenders are working very, very hard, as well as the escrow and title people. So now's a good time to gather your information and go ahead and get pre-approved for a home. You may not want to make a move right this second, but in 2020 you might want to buy a house, and it's always good to know what you're pre-approved for. This is something our lenders are very ready, willing, and able to provide to us. So please message me for lender information if you're interested. So get pre-approved for a home. Maybe get pre-approved for an investment property. Do you own a home and you want to own a rental property? You know you're going to have a lot more down for that, but what are you actually qualified for? Now is a perfect time to go ahead and reach out to your lender, and rates are still low. Let's find out what you qualify for. Number two, are you self-employed? If you're self-employed, this is always tricky because the same thing happened to me. I was self-employed and trying to buy a home. So you always need to strategize with your tax professional and your lender at the same time. This is something you need to initiate. So you might take a lot of write-offs as a self-employed individual. Maybe you want to buy a home this year, next year, or the year after. Maybe you want to tailor your tax returns to make it easier for you to qualify for a loan. So something to think about right now. You've got your lenders available and your CPAs and your tax professionals available. Orchestrate that all together to work toward a purchase of a home. Okay, for homeowners and potential home sellers, what can you do? So for me, speaking for myself, I had a lot of projects around the house that needed to get done. I had little pieces of trim that needed to be painted. I actually worked on this outdoor area and set up this umbrella that was just sitting on the side of my house. So you know as well as I know, if you own a home, there are things that need to happen around the house. There is deferred maintenance. There are little fix-it things that you can work on. Little areas that you can paint, touch up, and things like that. It may or may not take a lot of money to do these things. So if you're a homeowner or a homeowner that wants to sell, now is a great time to do home improvements and just things DIY, things you can do around the house by yourself. I even went out and gardened my slope, which is super steep, but I knew I couldn't have anybody over, so I just went out there and pulled weeds myself and got my house looking better. What you can do as a homeowner, if you're interested in the value of your home today, send me a message and I can send you a comparative market analysis of your home. It's very easy to do, it's general, and it provides a range of pricing that your house can be in if you decided to sell. I'm happy to send that to you. Just shoot me a message and I will get that right over to you. Couple other things you can do right now in this market. You can look at multifamily investment properties. So these are properties that are in a fund where you're putting money into a fund and you're buying apartment buildings. So those are properties that you don't necessarily have to go out and see. You don't have to inspect. You don't have to get termite clearance on. You can put your money in a fund and buy apartment buildings. And please message me for information on how you can accomplish that right now. And lastly, if you're interested in getting your real estate license, I pretty much all the time people ask me, how do I get my real estate license? And now is the perfect time. The bottom line is you have to take 3 college level real estate courses and they have to be 17 days apart. A lot of people just don't have time for this, or they don't have the bandwidth for this. So now's the perfect time to go ahead and sign up, start taking your courses 17 days apart, get those done, and then prepare to take your state real estate license exam. So those are just some tips I wanted to pass on to you, and an update from Covington and Associates. And my name is Sabrina Covington, and I'd love to talk to you anytime. Feel free to call me or text me at 760-703-2907. Have a wonderful day. Bye.